if say you were like poisoned and you had to go the two finger route, do you
Yeah.
go like what do you
Uh,
do?
I usually start. I'm like, I'll do this, and I'm like, nope, I'm going.
Have you ever? I've never really had to. I've never been in that situation.
Where you've
But
had to force yourself.
yeah,
Well, they don't even know what we're talking about. They're just looking at
have
it.
you?
Where I've forcibly. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like where you've had to make yourself puke?
It's usually alcohol related. Um, yeah, it's rarely food. Like if I'm super sick, but I haven't been super sick in a long
See,
time.
but if it's ever been like
Knock on wood.
alcohol, if it's ever been alcohol related, like it wasn't controlled. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this.
Well, there are times where it's like that one night, you know, like
Yeah,
that's
no.
when it like it where the stomach hurts so bad that even if there's nothing left, I'm still trying to get something out. And it like the initial that, but the rest of them got like, bah.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I've
For
refused stuff to
anybody,
children.
for anybody that's back, or for anybody that is still here, welcome back to a
Hello.
brand new episode of On It. We are here. You got me. You got Devin.
I usually hit myself with a shocker. I'm
Three.
shocked. Two in the pink, one in the stink, brother. That makes me puke instantly, dude.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Well, I hit the shocker. What
What is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you? Fuck. God
That's the first
damn.
time I've got you know. If you had water in your mouth, you'd spit that shit out. That was
I
good.
would have, bro.
Oh,
Bro. I mean, you do realize in 10 minutes we're gonna be having a conversation about like basketball. I mean, and you just said that. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. There's no possible transition from that to any topic I have written down on this piece of paper. There's nothing.
oh,
I have no. That was insane, Devin.
yeah. I'm so,
Jesus. We got the NBA playoffs. We got the NFL schedule release. That is the biggest thing for me, honestly, that
yeah,
happened.
yes.
Some landing
That
spots,
changes.
some other NFL topics.
Yep.
I keep getting Tiger Woods notifications. So he's
Actually, not the
either
most important thing in the golf world. I don't know if you saw anything from earlier, but
well, I was gonna say if I'm getting Tiger Woods notifications in 2024 about golf, I would assume like he's either doing like way better than expected or like he's like doing really bad.
it's neither. It's the fact that he showed up. You know, it was generally the fact that he was like alive and not injured. So
Oh, so just the updates on how well he was performing was just the fact that it was Tiger Woods golf.
yeah, I mean, he played decent the first day and then shat the bed today, missed the cut.
What's the biggest thing in golf? Is it like some drama shit, or is it like what is?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You didn't see any alerts about a guy named Scotty Scheffler?
I don't want to seem ignorant.
No, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just saying that it was like it reached beyond the golf world for a little bit.
What happened?
Scotty Scheffler's the world number one golfer. He was going to his tee time or just going to the course. They're playing the PGA Championship in Kentucky right now. Um, he was going to the facility at like 5:30, 6 a.m. There's a massive car somewhere on the highway on the way, um, and like some guy died or whatever. Um, and he was trying to figure out a way around the accident, around the scene, just to get to the golf course. And apparently, some cop told him to go one way or whatever. He ended up fucking getting arrested. He ended up like pissing off a cop going the wrong way. Like got detained, got arrested. There's a video of him like getting brought into a cop car, and then you figure out like he got charged with four. He's charged with four crimes. He got charged with a felony assaulting a police officer. Because he like had abrasions or something on him. Apparently he fell or something during the arrest. No one knows what really happened, but he left the scene and made his tee time at 10 a.m. somehow and shot 5 under and is third in the tournament or whatever. But yeah, I don't. I don't know if he's going to be charged with. He was charged with felony assault of a police officer, so it's probably going to get dropped. But
Devin, now
yeah,
this this you know how this is gonna go.
yeah,
What's his name?
Scotty Scheffler.
All right, so I already know what he looks like by the name.
What does he look like?
Well, I know what his parents look like.
Yes.
I know what he looks like. And I know that if nothing comes from it, it's gonna be a big fucking problem.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, during like there's a video of him getting arrested, and
Oh, I need
some
to see
media
it.
guy was filming it, and he was like, "Do you know who he is?" He's like, "I have to
Uh.
get to the tea time." It was like,
Oh, fuck your tea time, dude.
he
I'm
was
not gonna
like,
lie.
"I
I'm
have a
not
tea
letting.
time."
Nah, I'm not letting this slide, bro. If receivers can't race in the street, this guy
Yeah,
can't be a douchebag
I
for his tea
know.
time. What's the name?
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler arrest. I gotta watch this. I gotta see it. By police at PGA Championship.
Yep.
Was this today?
This was this morning. It's 6 a.m. So he was charged with second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and
Oh, so
disregarding
he
traffic signals from
so
officers.
he got arrested and then made his tea time.
Yes, he was arrested, released at 8:40 without bail, and then teed off at 10:08.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, no, uh, like, I don't like that at all. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's
bro. It's
weird.
like,
Like if that wasn't
like,
the
I'm
world
not
number one golfer, like honestly, if that was Tiger Woods, this would be looked at differently, just because of Tiger Woods' history with cars. Um, but
if
you got a mugshot.
bro, just I don't even know how to like how to tackle that directly without like seeming ignorant, but like it's obvious that if this was, let's say, Patrick Mahomes
Yeah,
and he, say Patrick Mahomes got away with the same shit. He gets arrested and later that day he has a 1 o'clock game and he's playing.
yeah.
I think I don't know how people would feel about it.
It would like no one. I'm assuming no one who read like this isn't looked at as like, oh, Scotty did something bad. It's like, oh, this was cool that he was arrested and still made his tea time and still played well. Like the crowd that day, like today, was going berserk for him because he was looked at as like a I don't know what it was like. He was a hero. It was very weird. I don't get it.
Bro, quarterbacks in Colin Coward's eyes can't get away with wearing their hat the way I am right now.
Yeah,
There's no way you're telling me this wouldn't be the most scrutinized NFL player in NFL history
yeah,
if something like this happened.
yeah.
Or and I don't even know like who do you who if say this is an NFL player, who gets mad at who? Do people get mad at cops for letting him go play? Do they get mad at the NFL for letting him play? Do they get mad at the player? Like what? I mean, I feel like they'd be mad at so many things that
Yeah.
it wouldn't even be funny. Like they'd just
Well,
be mad at everybody.
right now they're mad at probably just the cops. I don't think they're mad at anybody else. What I don't get, honestly, is like when you're in these tournaments, like why are you driving to the course by yourself?
Mm.
Because there's guys who will shuttle there or whatever, or get driven, or like in the occurrence of an accident, like maybe talk to the cops, give someone a call, try to get an escort to where you need to be because it is important and you are a professional athlete. Like maybe try to resolve this before driving through and disobeying officers.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah.
it's not like he didn't save himself any time. Like he was like, oh, I gotta go, and now you're in a jail cell until an hour before your tea time. Like you didn't help yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's kind of a dick. I don't know.
That's what it seems like. He's like
I don't know. It's like
he's
to to
looked at
me.
as one of the nicest guys ever. He's a Christian, family man, whatever.
Oh, it's a Christian
Blah.
family, man. Yeah, so is Chris Benoit. I don't care. A lot of people are Christian fucking family men. Either
OJ loves
way,
Jesus.
either
Love.
way, I think
Should I not do that? Should I
if
not
you, no, probably not.
salute OJ?
If I see anybody like, all right, there's a car accident and you were so impatient that you ended up in handcuffs, you
Yeah.
had to have had some type of sense of entitlement or something. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, no, for sure. He was like, I have a tea time to go to. It's like,
there's
and
fuck your tea
the
time.
cops were like, he's going to jail. He's getting arrested.
There's a
It's like,
fucking
yeah, he has
torso. It's a
do,
torso spread out across the highway, and you're worried about your fucking tea time.
do you know who that guy is? Yeah, no, a guy got struck by a shuttle bus and killed. And Scotty's like, oh, dude, I gotta
I
go
didn't
right.
even mean to make that joke. I forgot you said somebody died. But yeah,
Well,
like yeah,
a man died. Like,
somebody died, and I'm worried. You're worried about your fucking tea. Fuck your tea time. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. If this was, if I don't know.
what I don't get is like why he was like alone in this situation. Like no one else was there to be like, hey, he needs to come through, like to talk to the cops. He's like, I need to go. Do you know who I am? Like that's not going to work on a cop. And he got pulled out of a vehicle because of it.
It, and it. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
No.
No, you look like fucking Brian from down the street. This is
You.
Kentucky, brother.
I mean,
What are you talking about?
do you, do you know who I am? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Who the
just,
fuck are you?
do I know you? I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like that's what the cop. I mean, do I know who you are?
Yeah.
High school, 03? Is it what year did you graduate? I mean,
They
like,
champ?
I don't know, like what I don't know that golf and shit. That or not that golf and shit, but that golf in particular. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's kind of a bozo. I don't like that at all. But let's get into some NBA playoffs because that's where shit is getting interesting, Devin. So last episode we were talking about Minnesota and Denver being tied 2-2.
2-2, brother.
They were 2-2, and they turn around game 5, and Jokic, what he drop? Fucking 40, 13,
40.
and 7.
Yeah.
And Ant, after averaging 33 through the first 4, he dropped 19, shooting 5 for 15, which, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
If Anthony Edwards can't be a fucking, if it's kind of like getting mad at Jalen Brunson for not having like it's like, dude, you didn't
Yeah.
drop 40 today. What's wrong
Yeah,
with you?
exactly.
It's like you can't be too mad at him. But I was getting a little worried because what did I say? I said the winner of game 4 was winning that series.
Yes, you
And
did.
then Denver wins game 5.
They won 3, 4, and 5.
And then game 6 happens. And
The
Minnesota wins by 45 points.
45. The Nuggets, I farted, dropped 70 points. They should have missed a free throw, motherfuckers. 69 in the playoffs.
What do you... I don't even know, like... Because there's obviously a couple things, a couple takeaways from this and for what to look forward to for game 7. Or for the game 7, but... I mean... Does it not seem like it's almost too good to be true?
Yes.
Like Denver just lost by almost 50 points. They got
not gonna happen game 7.
They got shit on.
Yeah. Well, they got shit
we
on early, and then they took their boys up.
we get to see like we saw Minnesota turn up. That's what we saw. We
Yeah.
saw Minnesota facing elimination.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing. They cruised by Phoenix, and now they
Easy.
had to
Yeah.
turn up.
Well, they didn't. They won their first 6 games, and then they were cruising until they won. Till fucking game 3 of this motherfucker. He thought he was Michael Jordan.
And then you see the crowd turning up, and then you cut to that Denver bench, and
Yeah.
it's just all of them
Locked the fuck in.
just looking around, and you're going, "Fuck."
Yeah.
They are going to drop 50 points in the first quarter
I
in
know.
Game 7.
Scary.
That's
Scary.
what yeah, it's scary.
Well,
I'm
I hope it's like a battle of a game, like where there's a ton of defense and it's close the whole way through, and we all hope for that. But I am afraid of the Nuggets, and they, like you said, we didn't. They're a team that just turns it on. We don't know where it comes from. It comes from somewhere, and it comes from horsepower or whatever the hell they got.
and horsepower, but now we get to see them facing elimination.
Which I like.
You know, I saw that this is the first Game 7 Denver's been in since 2020.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean, it's like we I I don't know what this Denver team could even possibly look like Game 7, but I
Well, they were.
promise you,
I mean, Game 3 was basically facing elimination, and they fucked the Timberwolves up. I mean,
basically,
if you go up
yeah.
3-0, it's over. So
But also, but all well, I mean, yeah, yes, yeah, you're right. But
technically,
I mean, it's just you're not getting a combined what? I believe Jokic and Jamal they combined for 32 last game. You're not getting that
yeah.
in Game 7. Like
No.
I mean, you get
One of these boys is dropping close to 40, and it kind
super
of
lucky. I mean,
yeah,
Jokic could lock in and I mean literally do what he did game 40 13-7.
yeah,
And it would just be
and the Timberwolves can't do shit about it.
as in Denver. I mean, like it's
Well, this series has been weird. They've only 2 games apiece at home, or
yeah,
one
but
game,
this
one,
is
2 games total, 1 game apiece at home. Yeah.
if this isn't the most intense crowd Denver's ever gonna possibly have up to
Ever.
now this season.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do they even have a fan base? I mean, I don't. What are we doing here?
I
Like,
think they have a fan base. It's not very good.
I think that. I mean, when it comes to the NBA, I think Denver, Denver
Sure.
fans, Denver. I mean, NFL and NBA, Denver's pretty loyal.
Yeah, they are.
They're pretty loyal, but I don't know. I know you want the same
Maybe
thing I want. We want to see Minnesota win Game 7, and I'm not writing them off, but I will say that I'm not as confident as a lot of people are after this blowout win that they just got. At like,
Yeah,
there's a
no.
lot of people who
This doesn't show. They could have won by 5. They could win by 45. And honestly, the 45 shows me less than them winning a late decision game.
that it shows me a lot
Like
less.
this wasn't like honestly, to me it looks like the Nuggets got some rest. These
That
boys got to chill.
and it's also like, okay, that's cool. Like you guys did like really good. Now, like, how good are you guys gonna do if like, you know, Denver's top 3 scorers don't play like shit?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you know the whole unguardable conversation. It's like, okay, so did Jokic get strapped? Like, did Jamal Murray get strapped? Did Aaron Gordon get strapped? Or
AG can get straps.
AG can, but he could also drop
He
27.
also dropped a good bit.
He and you said, bro, I don't think Aaron Gordon's dropping 27 again. And there you go. He doesn't drop 27, they lose. So
Yep.
there you go. There's your fucking answer.
Yep.
But I think Denver's winning. I think Denver's winning Game 7.
I don't. I fuck. I think they will. Um, I think Denver will. Just the way that I guess all professional sports have gone. Like we wanted the Ravens to win. You obviously wanted the Ravens to win, hence the shirt. And just there's just that feeling, of like hopelessness in professional sports. Where
Honestly,
it's like
like
even if they do have a chance, it's
it's even more like Niners Detroit like last year.
yes,
Like
yes,
we all knew the Niners were gonna win,
yes, easy.
but there was still deep down inside it was like,
Deep
look,
down, we wanted to see Ravens, Lions, or Lions, Chiefs, like something,
something,
something
something,
that wasn't
yeah.
what we knew exactly what was going to happen.
And honestly, it kind of happened in the Super Bowl.
No, it 100% happened in the Super Bowl.
It's like no, like that entire game. It's like we kind of know what's gonna happen here.
Like, oh, ooh, look, Brandon Ayuk. It's like, nope, who cares? No one gives a shit.
Yeah, yeah. We
Taylor
we
Swift is in the crowd, brother.
yeah.
No one cares.
Chiefs weren't losing that fucking game.
And I see this one going the same way. I would love to see Anthony Edwards win this, but kind of after what happened, them going up 2-0 and the hype train, and then Denver locked the fuck in, won 3 straight. And it's like, I don't know, Denver's scary.
that's the thing. Minnesota gets more hype. The more hype they get, and they just show up the next game, play like shit.
Like, Denver showed who they were when their backs were up against the wall. Denver didn't have to win this game.
And Minnesota did. Now they both need to win next game, so we
Yeah.
are going to get the most out of both teams. But when
And
we
I
talk the
think,
most out of Minnesota versus the most out of Denver,
and like the most, and then like we know what Cat can do. We know what Ant can do. We know what fucking Jaden McDaniels can do. But it's more likely that 3 or 4 Nuggets will have a great game rather than just Ant dropping 40 and the rest of the team shitting their pants.
I mean, it's just I think Minnesota can show up. I think Minnesota. I mean, I think Minnesota can win.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Minnesota win, and I think they can win. We're talking about what probably will happen.
But Denver's gonna have to play like shit again. Honestly,
Yes. Yeah.
that's what it's gonna have to be. If it's gonna be 100% versus 100%, I think we have our answer.
If I'm wrong, one of those games that the Timberwolves won, maybe game 2, was a pretty big blowout. Game 1 or
which
game
one?
2, they won by a lot. I don't know.
I'm not even sure, but we do have other series. Now some of these series are kind of
Yeah, game 2
interesting.
they won by 36.
Some of
20.
these series are a series that I am excited about. A series that I'm glad is going the way it is going for now. You got Dallas up 3-2 versus OKC. Luka coming out and just putting on a ridiculous vintage Luka performance.
We're donkey tits.
Now that's the thing. We're just gonna have to hope and pray that Dallas could like show up and knock Denver down. And it's like,
Close out, brother. That's all we need.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of afraid of just the same thing happening where, oh, Luka has like a crazy game 1 and 2, and all of a sudden we're excited for Dallas to be in the finals, and it's Denver versus Boston.
Yes.
So I
Well,
I
I'm
don't know.
afraid of this like happening, not even in this round, but the conference finals.
What do you mean?
Like where Denver makes it, and it's like it's huge, and then not Denver, Dallas, and then Dallas just doesn't show up
At all?
I don't. Yeah,
Are
that would
you? Are
suck.
you're saying it? Well, see, it's just I don't know. Dallas is different this year. They're showing up and they
They are.
continue to
They are.
show up. And
Uh,
also,
Kyrie was doing his thing. Did you
uh,
see him after the game?
no.
Like just someone. I don't. He had a drum.
Yes, I
And I was
did
like,
see
"What the
that.
f- is this?"
Yeah, I did
I
see
didn't know
that.
Muslims drummed.
I don't know if is that a Muslim thing.
I don't know. He's Muslim now.
Yeah, but it's like that's like if you like sung opera and they were like, I didn't know people that wore black hats sung. It's like, what is Muslim?
Does not correlate. No.
No, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I think there's. I'm sure I could find one drumming Muslim. It's got to be. It's got to be one out there. It's got to be. I I don't know. I'm I'm just dreading. It's like I'm dreading the NBA playoffs.
I
That's
know.
what's happening right
Well,
now.
I like it in the moment, but I have this fear of what we think, like this impending doom of a shitty NBA Finals. And granted, Nuggets Celtics isn't the worst possible thing we could have gotten from this. The worst is probably fucking Thunder, fucking Pacers, but like
See, okay,
probably
but besides the weird guy on OKC, I would not have any problem with watching OKC in the finals.
no. I yeah.
Like for me, it would go Minnesota, Dallas, OKC, Denver. It's
In
honestly either
the West.
way because I just don't really feel. Honestly, well, no, I gotta see OKC lose. I gotta see that. I gotta see them lose no matter what.
Yes, that has
But
to happen.
I mean, yeah, you take the weirdo out of the equation, then
Yeah.
yeah,
And we're just
I
talking shy guys.
shy guys all day, shy
Yep.
guys all day long.
All day.
But then I mean, the East is the East sucks.
Yeah.
The East sucks. I mean, Boston wins in 5 games. Um,
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell was out, what, the last two or three?
yeah, and it's like
And now they're saying, hey, well, now he's out of Cleveland. That's the last game he played in Cleveland. It's like I would have liked to see more from that matchup just because I think that
that's interesting.
Cavs weren't that bad.
That's interesting. I wonder if that is his last. I wonder. I wonder. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Cavs are in a weird spot where it's like obviously Donovan's a star and he's wasted his time in places before and he's getting older and do you keep trying to build up this team and putting together some decent players or do you go and bounce?
I don't know. I think Demar. I think the Cavs. I mean, when it comes to like, I don't know. The Cavs just seem like they got something that they can build off of. You know, disregarding even how they feel they did in the postseason. Like,
Yeah.
just the potential in that team. I mean,
Yeah.
you if you took Donovan Mitchell off of that team and
There's
you looked at the talent on that team
yeah.
and then said something like, "Man, imagine if you threw like Donovan Mitchell on that squad.
Yes.
It would
Well,
be it'd make like
well now we've answered that question, you know?
well, we've
It's like
answered the question kind of, but it's like, I mean, I know this is like
I mean they weren't built they weren't beating the Celtics. There's no way. Even if Donovan was full healthy. I mean there's a shot, but I mean
do we really know that though? I mean,
yes, kind of.
I don't. I don't 100% know that shit
Obviously we
anymore.
don't 100% know that, but I mean the Celtics they would have to truly pretty badly shit the bed and play like they didn't know how to play basketball like they have all season.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to you, sure. But I mean, it's just all I know is the biggest thing for me if I'm Boston is I'm happy that Indiana and New York went to Game 7. Give Kristaps
Yeah,
has plenty of time to heal because they said he's expected to miss the first 2 games of the Eastern Conference Finals.
really.
So either way, whoever wins Game 7 of Pacers Knicks, they're gonna be able. They're probably gonna be facing a KP-less Celtics team for at least 2 games.
Yes.
Um,
But yeah, I don't know what the point situation was or what the hell Halliburton did in this game, but they won by a
Halliburton, Halliburton is
bit.
just, bro. You know what Halliburton is? He's a player that we just shouldn't talk about. He's a player that shouldn't really be brought up. He's a player that doesn't make that much of an impact to a team, at least when it comes to the postseason. He's not anywhere
For whatever
near.
reason, he's the face of this fucking team. Like that's the only like when I was watching like or like you know how like when they put up like the full game highlights, they have two people's faces, one from each team. It's Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton had 15 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. Siakam had 25, 5 and 7.
Bro, but okay, stat watching aside,
Sure.
Tyrese Halliburton is, I mean, he's not sniffing superstar status.
She's saying he's like a Jordan Poole.
No.
She's saying he's
I'm
better
not.
than Jordan Poole.
Okay, look at all pre Draymond incident, right?
Yeah.
Jordan Poole was added to a team that did what?
He was added to a team that
What they do
well, he
when
was on a team and then was added to a team.
but I'm saying like he was
Well, that team ended up winning the NBA.
like he was a very good piece that could have that had the potential to be a you know down the line continue to be a good piece for the Warriors.
Yes,
Tyrese Halliburton was an MVP was in MVP conversations at the beginning of this season.
that is true.
So once again,
Where the fuck is this guy at?
don't know how many times I have to say this. Never said Jordan Poole is some fucking
No,
god.
I know, but I just it's weird that the situation that Halliburton's in, where it's like the whole league talks about it like it's his team, and it's that he's one of the
Well,
next guys up, and that because he had such a great beginning to the season, but it hasn't shown through
I mean,
recent
it's his team, but it's like it's his team by like it's
committee.
just yeah. I mean,
Like
it's
they
just
have a good set of players with Siakam and Turner, and
it's like you're the best
apparently
player.
fucking T.J. McConnell's back in the conversation.
See, but it's like all right,
They got Doug McDermott.
it's you're the best player on this
Creighton.
team when the season started. Because obviously
Yes,
Pascal's better than him, but you
was
can't trade for somebody and then it's like, oh, you're the guy.
yeah,
You're the guy
exactly.
now. Fuck you,
That is true.
Tyrese. Because
That is
because
true.
here's the thing.
Unless it's someone like
You
LeBron.
know Pascal's on a 1 year contract. You
Yeah,
make him the guy and you just push Tyrese to the side and Pascal walks next year.
Kyrie in Boston.
Tyrese is sitting there. Tyrese sitting there like, oh,
Now you
now I'm
now.
important.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm important.
That
But
is true. That's very true. I like that point. That makes a lot of sense to me. Because
Indiana
obviously Siakam is kind of the reason they're in the place they're in. You know,
for sure. And
like
Siakam
with
needs to walk. I don't know where
yes.
yet. I'm
Who knows?
gonna do some more thinking before I bring that up for a conversation. But I don't want him to stay
We'll
in
bring it up when
Indiana.
they lose Game 7.
Probably, we probably
Yeah.
will. And I just know Boston's waiting for these two fuckers to slug it out in Game 7. And then probably losing the Eastern Conference Finals to Boston.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know what the stats are on a team that's got a good bit of rest and then the other team played a Game 7.
well, I mean, I feel like they're probably still gonna give like enough rest. Like, okay, here's the
Sure.
thing: like, you can only get so much rest. Like, I feel like they're whoever wins this game and moves on is still gonna get plenty of rest, no matter how much less it was compared to the other team or to Boston.
Yes. Like what I'm saying is like there's there's like a curve of like when too much rest is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like it happens a lot in baseball, like when you or in football or any sport, like when you have a first round bye, it's like is that beneficial? Is that too much rest? Are you out of the game? Are you not like being out of playing full speed is different, you know? But I mean that'll really only matter game 1 in this series. So.
The NFL schedule, Devin. That's what
Yeah.
excited
Yeah.
about. I'm not gonna lie. The NFL schedule is here, and shit. Do you want me just? You want me just go through?
We already
what I
talked
want?
about the first game of the season.
We know we got Boston.
Why don't we talk about the preseason?
Fuck the preseason. We know we got Baltimore, Kansas City NFL opener, but let's talk about some other matchups Baltimore is going to have this year. So obviously we got Kansas City. Baltimore is going to be facing Dallas week 3, the Bills week 4, and then Cincinnati week 5, and then Washington week 6. Uh, Monday Night Football in Tampa. So I will be there for sure.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football in LA versus the Chargers, the Jim Harbaugh
Ooh,
Bowl on Sunday
yeah.
Night Football. We
Back
play
again.
we play in Houston on Christmas, 4 days after playing the Steelers. So hey, I
On
saw
Christmas on Netflix.
I saw Pittsburgh like complaining that they had like the hardest schedule, and it was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because we have to play
We
the Steelers and then turn around 4 days later and play Houston in Houston on Christmas.
yeah.
Second year in a
You
row.
guys you guys have the ninth hardest ranked schedule or something? Maybe. I
Uh,
think the Chiefs are 21. Which, yeah, that's what you do to Super Bowl champs. You give them the 21st hardest schedule. But I don't
yeah.
know how they go by those schedule things. They should have the first hardest, maybe. That would be cool. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck Taylor Swift. Fuck Travis Kelsey. He's gay.
Yeah, like Kansas City. I mean, they get to play Atlanta Sunday Night Football. I mean, that could be a good game. They play at Buffalo. They play Houston. So I mean, like that's I'm like you
Yeah.
got some good
But, I mean, there's,
matchups,
there's
but
so many teams who are kind of in a transition era where we don't know where they'll be mid-season. Like that, we didn't know the Houston Texans would actually be a force to be reckoned with this year or last year. Um,
now we know. So I don't think it's
but
I
we
don't.
don't know how good the Bills are going to be. Losing Stephon Diggs and not really getting much of else.
Okay, that hold that thought because I do want to talk about that. I do have something to talk about with Josh Allen. But other Sunday Night Football games that came out for next season. We got Detroit versus Houston week 5, and we got San Francisco versus Buffalo week 13. And then other games week 1. The NFL knows exactly what the fuck they're doing here.
Oh, yeah.
Week 1, you got San Fran versus the Jets. You got Atlanta versus Minnesota.
Apparently, the
Uh,
guy who forced Aaron's pressure, his injury, is on the Niners. Don't know his name.
that is that. There you go. That's
So
honestly probably just
hopefully,
a coincidence, but
probably, hopefully, Aaron is at least healthy for one full game because that really that bummed me out a lot.
yeah, it definitely did. It
If it
definitely
happens
hurt the
again, I will
season.
cry. I will cry. I'll cry my balls out.
San Fran at Miami has the potential to be a pretty good game. Texans versus the Jets. The Niners versus the Lions. We get that rematch. Kansas City versus San Francisco. We get a Super Bowl
Super Bowl
rematch.
rematch.
We get a
I
Super
guess
Bowl
rematch.
rematch.
Does that happen
Washington.
every year? I guess. Yeah.
No. Washington. Uh, Y'all get to play in Tampa as well. Y'all
Nice.
get to come
Please
and
don't go to
play.
that game.
You
It's
can get.
okay. Jaden McDaniels will already have torn his ACL 7 times, so
I
it's fine.
believe it's week 1.
Really?
Yeah, I think week 1 y'all
We
play in
got Tampa
Tampa.
week 1.
At
I got to play
Cincinnati,
Bakes Mayfields.
y'all get to play in Cincinnati. You get to play Caleb Williams. I mean, come on now. Washington
I
versus
think Caleb is
Chicago.
playing all of the rookie QBs this year.
I nah.
All 5 taken in the first round. I think so.
Oh, all 5 taken in the first round. Okay,
Yeah, not
because
all.
Because he's obviously playing Minnesota, and he's
Yes.
playing y'all,
Yes.
and he's playing fucking. I'm already
Probably
forgetting
the Patriots.
how the
Greg May.
NBA draft went.
NFL draft. You're getting leagues mixed up, brother.
It's fine. I'm all over the place right now. And then whoever else was left. But
Who went late? I don't know. But
obviously,
the Broncos.
obviously, this is like way, 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 way in the future. Like this doesn't matter yet.
No, and it's kind of weird I mean, it's nice to talk about football again.
Yeah,
It's
I
nice to
mean, it's nice
think
to
about it,
know that we're going to have some good matchups.
but it's also like that feeling like of not like when something is months away,
Hmm.
human brains don't know how to
But when you really think
wait.
about it, when you think about it for a second,
Pretty close.
you got like the
Not
rest of this.
far.
Take this month out. All right, you got June, July, preseason games start in
Perfect.
August.
Yep.
There you go.
What can we do till then?
Watch the finals. But
That's June. July is gonna suck.
well, no, so it's
No, it
the
won't.
end of June, beginning of
Or
July.
what? The finals?
Yeah,
Is it that late?
yeah, beginning of July.
I thought it was mid June.
Nah, fact check me, but I mean, I want to say it was July something. Like, I mean, I always go back to like, I always go back like 2016. So when I think of, I guess it also
Yeah.
depends. I mean, does it go to Game 7? How long did the other rounds last? I don't know.
June 6th to June 23rd.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, June 6th to June 23rd.
Yes.
And
So the
it's
finals will
then
start June 6th.
that that's odd. I don't know
So I
why I
think
thought.
I think because it is the finals, I think regardless of how quickly the conference finals could go,
Mm,
they will automatically start on the 6th and game 7 will happen the 23rd.
that is so weird because I don't know what made me think. I don't know what made me
When
think.
I think NBA finals, I always think June. I never think
Okay, so July. Yeah, so what are we gonna
July.
do in July?
We baseball or we could learn how to knit.
We can
We
talk
could become
about.
grandmas, you know?
You know what we're gonna do.
We could be
It's
heroes
gonna be like a couple clips. Like
just for one.
this player did this at OTAs, and it's like
Oh yeah, yeah, no.
we're gonna
There's going to
be.
be car accidents, there's going to be
It's gonna be.
stabbings, there's going to be
No, no.
broken ankles and, and torn ligaments and we'll have stuff to talk about.
I
It'll
know
be
he will. I know he will.
it'll be
I'm
fun.
not worried. It's just
Andy Reid's going to die of a heart attack.
stop. Come
I'm
on,
not
don't do
praying for
that.
these
Don't do
things. I'm
that.
just saying that they could happen.
Don't do that. Don't do
I don't
that.
want them to happen. I said they shouldn't happen.
I know, but hey, didn't Andy have like a problem not that long ago?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think didn't he have like a situation or something, or am I
I
making
was
that up?
unaware of that situation,
Am I making it up?
but he totally did have a situation, but I'm completely unaware of it.
I might be making it up, but I don't know. I
No,
don't
you're
know.
not.
I don't
You're
know.
actually not making it up. He has a cheeseburger fetish, and his heart sucks
No,
because
I
he's
don't.
300 pounds, and people keep feeding him cheeseburgers.
God damn it! I mean, it's. Oh
I,
God.
I, I don't understand. Like I don't know. I'm not. We're not even gonna get into that.
No, I mean, are you were you trying to not have a conversation about fat people?
Well, I'm
That's
just
what
saying,
I
like, if
was
we can
trying
make
to
fun of
avoid.
Lizzo for liking her body, we can make fun of fat tits Andy Reid for not fucking eating a fucking salad one time.
See, but I mean,
He's a fucking behemoth.
Andy Reid doesn't like. He's not like I'm fucking beautiful
No, I
because
know, but he's
I'm
also not
huge. Like he's like.
trying to help a situation. He's like, I'm gonna eat cheeseburgers until I die. It's like, how about some of those nuggies?
But see, that's the thing, though. It's like it's
It's
to
funny.
me. If you're
But
gonna
all right,
eat
if it was
yourself,
all right, I'm not trying to be all weird, but if it was a fat lady and she's like, "Let me get some nuggies," it's like we'd be like, "Shut up, you pig."
no, I don't. I don't. I mean, sure, shut up, you pig. There could be like
No,
a,
I'm kidding.
but no, but I'm saying, but really look. I'm not like saying this because like I'm not calling you out, but you make fun of. You just did it. Like you make fun of Andy Reid for being overweight. Like
No, I know,
you're
but
saying
no,
if he was a woman, I'd make fun of him. It's like no, we have an episode
no, no, no.
called Cheeseburger Andy
I love
because
making fun of Andy Reid,
yeah, he's a big old fucking big round
and
tomato.
he had a heart attack. He had a mild heart attack
Let's fuck.
because he doesn't know how to stop eating.
Wow.
I
All
didn't want to
right.
say. I'm also very. I'm unaware that he had a prior heart condition. I don't know about any of that.
See, you keep
I didn't know.
saying that, and then you keep saying that he
No,
has one.
he had a pretty good heart attack, but I don't know. I'm not aware that that happened. No one ever told me that.
um. Oh my god. Have you watched any of the press conferences, or I guess the press conference with Jake Paul and Tyson? Because that's
I saw them
happening
face
still.
off. I saw them touch each other's tummies. I saw how huge Jake Paul was. He's 220. He's going to be fighting at 220.
Dude, I just hear
That's a
everybody. I hear
big boy.
everybody talking. Like I've heard a lot of people discuss this fight and a lot of different opinions of what they think would happen.
I'm I don't know where I'm at with this.
I don't know.
Um
I feel like about a month ago we kind of stood our ground on, or I don't remember what you said, but I remember. I mean, at this point, bro, it would just have to be a miracle for Tyson to win.
yes. Like I, but they're like all right, I do think Jake's going to win. I think he's in way better shape. Again, if we put these people in their prime, Jake is a bag of donuts. Um but then there's
Yeah.
that he's fucking obliterated. But there's that does Mike still have something?
See, that's the
There's that
thing.
little itch in the back of your brain where you're like, this guy's a fucking
I mean,
nutcase. He
who did he fight
wants
a
to
couple?
murder this little white boy.
Who did he fight a couple years ago? Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
You remember how sloppy that was?
that brutal,
You
dude.
remember how sloppy it was?
They were like, Mike Tyson was crying.
Like,
I don't know, he was
like,
crying, but he was like, I didn't want to fight this man.
this isn't like Floyd is in shape, stays in shape, is
Yes,
still like in shape, and
he's
fought
Floyd.
Jake Paul and
Yeah.
pretty much dog walked him, just
Oh yeah, no, it was
everything.
yeah. Jake Paul was out on his. I mean, not Jake. Logan Paul was out on his feet for a second.
Logan Paul. If Logan Paul went to fight Mayweather when he was 65,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
kicking his ass.
it's like you look like a dick. It's like no, it's
Yeah,
like Logan, had he actually been able to put something on Floyd, catch him slipping,
sure,
it would have been interesting. But
but it's
this,
Floyd Money Mayweather.
it's a lose for Jake in my eyes, and I don't want to
Well, it's
hear.
also not an exhibition.
Oh no, yeah, it is. It's
Real fight.
mm-hmm. It's sanctioned, but what I'm saying is, I know what everybody's gonna do. I know what everybody's gonna do because right now,
Told you so.
everybody's going. Oh, I mean, it is Mike Tyson because, I mean, I'm telling you, 6 months ago, before this was a thing, you could go into the comment section right now of anything that regarding Mike Tyson or whatever, and it's like there's still those posts like, $10 million for 5 minutes in a ring with Mike Tyson. Like, would you
Yeah,
do it?
yeah.
And
Like
it's
it.
like,
No, there's the thing of like a a body shot from Mike Tyson or getting hit by Derrick Henry.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just Mike Tyson still. Mike still got it. It's been a
Yeah,
thing. It's kind of
yeah.
been a thing.
Now,
Um,
does he have it in an actual professional fight, or can he beat the shit out of a bag? Like
now,
he'll kill anyone who's untrained.
Now, when he had a sloppy ass fight versus another old ass boxer, people were like, oh, it is what it is. Now people want to drive with this narrative that he all of a sudden has a chance versus somebody that's in his prime as an
Yeah.
athlete
Yes,
who is,
might even be before his prime. We don't know yet.
now you say
Pretty young.
he looks huge. I don't know. You always jump to like saying somebody's juiced. I don't know what he is, but
No, I'm not saying he's juiced. I'm just saying he's fucking big. Like he said that he was in camp at 240 and we're weighing in at 220 right now.
people are gonna say there's gonna be people that are gonna say Jake could lose,
Jake,
and
yes,
that's gonna be
could lose.
their scapegoat is could. It's like
Yes, exactly.
when he does win because Mike just has
Oh,
60,
we knew Mike was old.
just has
Why are
yeah.
you beating up an old guy?
Mm-hmm. That's
Why
exactly
why
what it
would you
is.
take a fight like this? You're just Jake Paul, and they've honestly done this with every fight. They've done this with Tyron Woodley
Yeah, yeah,
and Ben Askren.
yeah.
They're
See,
like,
but
oh, Ben Askren. the guy who got knocked out by the guy who got knocked out in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tyron Woodley. Oh, he was just a welterweight champ for like a week or something.
he was a
Dude, like,
wrestler. He
no,
didn't
these
box.
guys. Everyone was talking shit about Jake until he beat all of them.
Yeah, no, well, no,
And then they start talking shit even more, like, oh, he's trash,
it was
trash.
this guy's gonna fuck him up.
Yeah.
Jake doesn't get fucked up. Obviously, I mean, like that was an easy fight. Duh, of course. Why would
No,
he win?
that's why he fought fucking Nate Robinson. Dog, people thought Jake Paul was gonna get his ass beat by Nate Robinson.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People bring that up. It's like, yeah,
The shit I did. I
he
don't know.
started as a celebrity boxer.
Yeah,
That's
it was
kind of
a
how it
thing.
works. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's just Jake's gonna win. I think Mike, could Mike train to have the cardio to last?
Now, don't get me wrong. The whole world wants to see a fucking left uppercut to Jake's brain and see him just get fully knocked out by Mike Tyson. That would shock the world. But Mike's 60.
Mm-hmm.
Jake's in his prime. Jake's just going to outwork him.
Now, am I weird for, like, because, I mean, like, I don't know. You know how I am. I'm quick to, like, just be like, this motherfucker is annoying, or, like, I can't stand this motherfucker, whatever. And it's like, when it comes to Jake Paul, it's like, I really don't have that, like, that, when it comes to, I don't have that,
recent
hating bone in my
Paul over
body.
the past 6 years, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing. When he was doing his fucking Team 10, it's every day, bro, I was like, what?
Disney McChannels.
You hate when I age ourselves on the pod, so I won't do it, even though it's pretty fucking obvious.
How old is
But I'm saying, like, I was a fucking teenager. I didn't give a fuck about what Jake Paul was doing on YouTube. I had other shit to worry about. I didn't care.
No.
Now it's just like there's so many people that are famous for no fucking reason. There's so many people that get attention for no reason. There's so many people that we find as entertaining for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
People just purposely hate him for, I really don't know why. I mean, at the end of the day,
all right. I think the Paul brothers go out of their way to stay in the world of social media, and sometimes they do things that makes them hated by parts of the world, and it's kind of just a tactic, and it works for them. So if you take out that initial hate, like, oh, he sucks, he's a loser, it's like, no, what they're doing is actually pretty fucking smart. Jake's a fucking great entertainer.
But if I'm the U.S. champ in the WWE one day because this podcast blows up, it's gonna be annoying if it's, oh, well, it doesn't matter. You just did this because you got like a podcast. It's just like, bro, it's like,
you're a Vine star.
It's just what, we kind of gotta accept. It's kind of like the
same.
Yeah,
and the Undertaker was a heroin addict. Who knows?
Who?
The Undertaker.
Oh,
he wasn't. I was just throwing out a wild guess. He looks like it. No.
No.
Never. Okay.
The Undertaker.
I was just thinking, like in his younger years.
No. Okay.
Like, how do you get to the depths of hell if you haven't done a little bit of heroin?
You do realize that part's fake. Like, he wasn't actually from hell.
What are you talking about?
No, but like, no, I would assume all wrestlers from like the 80s or back in the 80s were like doing coke and stuff, but no.
Sure.
The Undertaker was not. He's not on heroin.
I was making assumptions.
Now, there were other guys who were doped the fuck up, and
you know what's crazy is that cheeseburgers are now more dangerous than cocaine.
Cool. Pure cocaine.
Yes, cocaine.
But like, if you put up like common street coke versus a common cheeseburger, like, or for McDonald's, like, I'm giving the slight edge for a chance of fentanyl in the coke.
Yes,
just a slight edge. There might be fentanyl in the cheeseburger, but not enough to kill you.
No.
But the coke is gonna be, it's gonna be
Are they putting fentanyls in cheeseburgers?
I guarantee you,
You gave me an idea that I don't want to say on this
I
podcast.
guarantee you, there's been a fentanyl cheeseburger. I can almost promise you that. I feel like I've read an article about a fentanyl cheeseburger. There's some sick people in this world. I think.
Now, ethically, is the conversation, is it the guy eating the cheeseburger?
What do you mean?
No, I'm kidding. Um,
I don't know where you're going with that joke, but
like
sorry
you
to get the
understand
joke.
the consequences of doing heroin.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, are you saying like somebody eats a cheeseburger and gets
Yeah.
fat, or you're saying they eat a
No, I'm
cheeseburger with
saying like
fentanyl in it?
he ate it. There was fentanyl in it. Like, whoops.
Yeah, no, I see. You don't expect fentanyl on a burger, so if you OD'd
Sure.
off a burger from fentanyl, that'd probably be a problem.
Yeah, but it's like, should you have eaten that cheeseburger? You're like the whole time in your head, you're like, I gotta lose a few. I don't think I should eat a cheeseburger. And it's like, oh,
I
it's
don't
like,
know, but I know
it's
the
like I
Undertaker.
should probably stop doing cocaine. There might be fentanyl in it.
The Undertaker did not do heroin. I
That's weird.
can
I swore I could have horned that.
I can promise you. No. The fact that you're so out of the WWE loop, it's like anybody with a percentage of
I can
like,
say anything about anybody.
but like anybody that watches or knows anything about WWE, like hearing you go like the Undertaker did heroin, right? It's like what? It's like no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that is like it's not the same, but it's like oh John Cena like he beat his wife, right? It's like
He he
wait 1
kicked the
second.
shit out of that lady.
It's just something that you would just not ever hear about that type of person. Like it's just you don't. No,
Yeah,
I don't know. That caught me off guard. Like when you
yeah.
said it, it's like, do you really think he did heroin? I mean, that's a big ass dude.
That no, no. That's why I said in his former life, like he looks with the eyeshadow and all that stuff. Like he could
Gotcha. No, yeah, it's just makeup.
listen to like
Just makeup.
punk
Nothing,
music and
no, nothing real. Nothing.
slap the old
I don't
veins
know.
up. But,
Undertaker, he gives me like country vibes. I don't know if he was. Well, no, back in the day, he was definitely
it,
rock and roll. I
rock and
probably
roll,
all those
brother.
motherfuckers were. What were we even talking about?
Not
Mike
sure.
Tyson. See, is Mike Tyson like that's? I mean, he was doing shrooms 6 months ago, and now he's gonna fight Mike. Or now he's gonna fight Jake Paul. I mean, it's just
Yeah, I
not.
mean, Mike talks like all athletes like at the highest level go through this. Like Tiger Woods is going through it right now, where it's like you have the mentality that you had when you were set age in your prime, the best of the best. You know all the things to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how to do them, but you don't know how your body will respond to any of them. So I know that Mike Tyson, in his heart of hearts and in his preparation, believes that he has a plan to kick the shit out of Jake Paul. Is he physically able to do so? I doubt it.
Like
If Jake fights smart, Jake should not get into a fucking hammer throwing match because he will lose that. He needs to fight pretty defensively here. I know Jake's got a hammer of a right hand, but
I'm just saying the age. It's like at some point.
but he can still punch hard. Like if Jake gets caught with a tight fucking
See, but
hook,
that's the
he
thing.
might
It's like Mike Tyson
get
can
hurt.
punch like hard for an old Mike Tyson.
Well, he can punch harder than a regular person.
Sure, your average 60-year-old, but it's still a 6-year-old
Your
man.
average person, your average 20, 30, 40.
I don't know.
I know I can't punch as hard as Mike Tyson. That's for damn sure.
Sure. Yeah,
That's because I don't have an arm anymore.
but that's the thing though. It's like that's like saying, I mean, but that I don't know. I disagree. That's the same to me. It's like no, Brett Favre can read a defense. Philip Rivers can read a defense still. He knows how to call an audible. He knows how to set up a play, but can he make that throw? Mike Tyson knows how to set that punch up, but can he?
Yeah.
Does he have that power still? I don't know.
No, well, I'm not. I'm less afraid of like the power. I'm more afraid of like him being able to physically find those punches, find
Yeah, but your
how to
whole thing was being
play
able to
deep.
still punch hard. You said not getting in a hammer throw with him would be the best idea for Jake, and I don't really
Well,
see why Jake would. first of all, I mean, not to be so like obvious or not. I'm not trying to be condescending. It's a boxing match, so like, I mean, yeah, y'all are gonna be throwing
No.
blows.
What I mean is like a Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway type of throwdown in the center of the ring where they're throwing hammers.
I
What
still
I'm
don't
what I'm
know if Mike Tyson comes out on top right
he
now
could.
in
I don't know.
2024. I just don't
I want
know.
to see Mike win, dude. This is like the Timberwolves Nuggets.
Look, you know Mike's not
This
gonna
no,
win, so can't you just be happy if he like doesn't embarrass himself?
yes.
You know, like you just be happy if he comes out and and respectfully loses.
But Mike would be the savior of America, you
No,
know?
he wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. He'd go
It-
right back to doing shrooms on his podcast and
I know, but
fucking.
how many years is it going to be until Jake Paul gets fucking beat, dude?
Who
Like,
cares?
I know he's fighting, like, good boxers.
Why does it? Why do
Well,
you care? Like we just talked about, like why it matters. Why do you want to see Jake lose? Who
I
cares?
don't know. It's like, you know, like sometimes you sit down and the news is on and you're hearing about things in sports and you're like,
I mean, I don't
this
know. It's the
isn't
same thing as like
this
people.
isn't this isn't the 2016 Warriors. This isn't Tiger Woods in his prime. This isn't like, you know, I don't have that fucking feeling, you know? I want that feeling back in sports where it's like, you know?
I mean, the feelings that I mean. See, here's the
Like
thing.
the NBA Finals last year made me want to fucking shove a fucking battering ram in my asshole
Yeah, both,
and sit on it.
both of your examples were nostalgia driven.
I know this is me being a retard, nostalgic and stupid.
But look in the
But I do know that the finals in 2016 were way better than anything that's happened since.
sure. But that's like saying like no Super Bowl is ever gonna be good because no team's coming back from 28-3 again.
I agree with that.
It's like yeah, no Super Bowls are still good. We can still get a good game from Super Bowl.
All right, last year I hated
Um,
it. Last year sucked.
past couple years, I've not been the biggest fan. So you brought up Josh Allen and the Bills. You said you didn't know how good they were going to be.
Yeah.
So they just signed MVS. Probably going to be his top receiver going into next season. Now here's who he's going to be throwing to. Let's take a look at it. Josh Allen, he'll be able to throw to MVS. Now there's a receiver. He goes by the name of Khalil Shakir. Now,
yes, I do.
He's had 2 years. He went from 20 targets to 45 targets, but it went from like 100 to 600 yards. So it's like there is potential there for him to be some type of threat.
Yes.
Now, obviously, he had Stephon Diggs on the other side taking some pressure off of him.
Yes.
I don't know if he gets the same amount of pressure taken off of him, but there's still a chance there. Then, Curtis Samuel. Okay.
Failed receiver.
So you can figure, I guess, Chase Claypool.
That one I hate to high hell.
Like
you're gonna replace a so-called diva with another diva, but one who should be in the CFL. Like that, Claypool blows. When I heard about him going to the Bills, I thought he was in the CFL already.
Stephon Diggs had diva tendencies, but produced at a top 3 to 5 level. Chase Claypool is just a diva.
That's it.
He's
a nuisance.
He's
a grade A
brings
nuisance.
Nothing to a team anymore.
Zero.
Really never did. Maybe
he brings
for
a lot
1
less
year.
than
For 1 year he did.
Half a year. It was when the Steelers were undefeated for like 11 games.
Yeah, they went 11-0, and they were just on top. He was on top of the world.
Claypool was fucking. He said he was a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, he was like in the barbershop. Was the barbershop?
Something like that.
It was either barbershop or the pivot. I can't remember.
It
might have been the pivot, but he was like, I know I'm a top 10 receiver in the league, and they just cut everybody else. They cut everybody else. Like I swear, they cut the Ryan Clark just like.
Yeah.
Like,
who's gonna talk shit first?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Top 10 in the NFL is.
Yeah, he doesn't sniff it. It's
pretty hard to come by when you are the second best receiver on your team.
He's not a top 50 wide receiver in this league. And then they got a rookie, Keon Coleman. They drafted out the second round. He's 6'4". Guarantee
He's
you, he's more of an impact this season than Chase Claypool.
agreed, and everyone loves him because he's the funny man or whatever. Like, oh, he made a joke at the coaches meeting. He's Tiger wish he could or whatever the fuck. So get ready for all the Keon Coleman fucking interviews we're gonna see.
But this is a real test for Josh Allen. This is a real test for the Bills. This will say a lot.
This is a test for Mr. McDermott.
This will say a lot. I mean, and that's the thing. Durham's on the hot seat the most because Josh has all the
Yeah,
excuses in the world, and you got rid of
cool. He's also
Stephon Diggs, and this is what y'all gave me to work with.
exactly.
So I mean, he has all
Like
these.
like none of these guys are truly expected to be top receivers.
And
If they are perfect, and they could be,
and
but
he could have a great season with these receivers, and all the credit can just go to Josh Allen, and it can be look what he worked with, and still no credit going to Durham.
Yeah,
Like I mean,
which
it'll be hard.
I don't
It'll be
really
hard.
care much about NFL coaches. They can bounce. Fuck them.
What about so I saw Tua at voluntary. He's been absent at the voluntary OTAs.
Really?
Reason what's that?
He was a church.
Well, there's a theory that he may be there may be a potential holdout situation. He's on his final year.
Does Tua know where he is in the world of NFL quarterbacks?
I mean, that's what I was going to ask you. It's like, are we at the point in the NFL where Tua is sitting out for a contract?
Like Tua needs to understand that like Tyreek Hill is allowed to sit out for a contract. Tyreek Hill is on that team. Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers. Jalen Waddle is one of the better receivers, and now you have another who could be a good receiver in Odell, and a very good team all around. And Tua is, in my opinion, somewhat replaceable.
Tua is
Now, are they in a great position to replace him at the moment? Probably not, but
no, definitely not in the best time. Definitely not in the best spot to replace him. But from our top 10 ranking last episode, I would assume we probably put him in the 15, like from 10 to 5, right?
what do you mean?
Like we left him out of the top 10, but I don't think he's dropping any lower than 15, right?
Are you sure he wasn't 10? Oh no, he did. He was not in the top 10.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if we go back,
But he was top 15 for sure. He was top 15.
If we go back to it, I mean, after the people we're looking at,
I believe he was 11.
Trevor Lawrence,
I think Dak was 10.
Dak was 10. I mean, it's Trevor Lawrence and Tua is probably the people we're looking at next. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely
11 or 12.
He's definitely up there, but sitting out, like, to me, like, I get it. A lot of quarterbacks, like, all right, you sit out, you want to avoid injury, you want to get paid, yada yada. But I mean, you got to do something.
Avoid injury.
You got to do something. Like, it got to a point where it seemed like when people were arguing for Dak to get his contract, they were still bringing up his rookie year.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, when Lamar wanted his contract, he had already won an MVP.
None of these guys have even touched it.
Tua is. I mean, what are we talking
People
about
are
here?
shitting on Lamar for wanting the goddamn contract.
Tua, and
well, and honestly, it comes down to expectations. Like Lamar walked into Baltimore, and I mean, shit, in his fucking draft interview, said he wanted to bring a championship, and the whole thing is, oh, Lamar doesn't have a championship. He's got an MVP. Like once these guys reach MVP level, now it's like, what the fuck's next? And then when you got someone like Dak or Tua or fucking Trevor Lawrence or fucking any of these guys, they're searching for that MVP status. I mean, and they're not even talked about past that.
With Tua, it's like, all right, you got the fastest wide receiver core in the NFL. Do something. Please do something with it. I mean, if Lamar had Tyreek Hill and wasn't able to, I don't know,
capitalize on anything.
Yeah,
make a Super Bowl maybe.
it's gonna be the same thing. Like if him and Derrick Henry doesn't work out. Now I know that
Yeah,
it's obviously not gonna have. It's what I mean by that. Let me not say Lamar. More just on the Ravens, where it's like
yeah.
it's gonna be more on the Ravens coaching staff on like how could you not figure it out with Lamar and Derrick Henry, but
Well,
If Tua is
yeah,
supposed to be at the level of I'm sitting out because I need to get paid, then yeah, it
yeah,
should be how have you not been able to get it done with who you've had?
exactly.
You
Like,
got the fastest weapons in the league. You
yes,
haven't been
like
able
we're
to get it
gonna
done.
like the Dolphins are gonna just. I mean, and this is a perfect time for Tua to bring up the contract shit when all the quarterbacks are drafted or taken up or on teams or already had their contracts. And Tua, I don't know. I don't care about money and in the NFL, and I don't know what he deserves or whatever the fuck. I think that's all thrown out the window in terms of the pay scale and all this shit.
Mm. You
Like Daniel
gotta
Jones, fucking like Jared Goff just got $200 million.
see, but you gotta assume that these teams gotta learn from other teams' mistakes at some point. Like unless Miami is dumb, they are gonna know that they're better off seeing what Tua does this season
Yeah.
to decide what to pay him than to give him the money now.
Yes, because
Because
Tua is a guy that, like, I mean, guys like, I mean, Dak has at least shown things, and Jared Goff, Daniel Jones showed absolutely nothing.
nothing.
Um, and yeah, I don't know when these guys really deserve to get paid, or when they should be, or what's the best way of going about getting these guys paid. But
Well, okay,
Tua is
Tua.
not in a position to not. I mean, they are voluntary, correct? The OTAs,
Yes,
so it could be anything.
it could be, but Tua's at a spot where there's a potential that he's saying "pay me," and he
Yes.
hasn't done anything. So you pay him now, and he's already gonna. He's like, well, I mean,
Then we get into the world of injuries.
but Tua's making 50 mil a year to continue to do what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Is that worth it? I don't know. I don't know. It's just
Uh,
like Lamar won an MVP, and then it's like, all right, like pay me. Like, what are we doing here?
well, it's weird because I mean, Kirk gets a huge contract. Daniel Jones gets a huge contract. Jared Goff gets a huge contract. Like, yes, he made the NFC Championship too. Has never done that,
No.
but um, like you still look at these guys and you go, what the fuck have they done? Not many guys. One team wins the fucking Super Bowl every year. We got to stop like this. Hey, Dak needs a Super Bowl. Fucking Lamar needs a Super Bowl right now. Like all these guys need Super Bowls right now. It's like the Chiefs are gonna win until Taylor Swift fucking dies. This is the end of the NFL. The NFL sucks. Everyone sucks. This is the worst sport in the world. Like the Super Bowl shouldn't even be looked like the AFC and NFC Championship should be our Super Bowls because it has nothing to do with these fucking corporations and losers and all their money thrown into this garbage. Let it be. Fuck it. Whatever. I mean, I guess their money's involved in it. Who cares? Fuck it.
All right.
Fuck all
Okay.
this shit.
All
Tired of
right.
it. I
Rant.
fucking hate Taylor Swift.
Ranting. Devin. Okay. So we talked Russell landing spots, James Harden's landing spots, Demar Derozan landing spots up next. Now, there's a team that you could not send either of those two prior players to, but you could send DeRozan to, and that's Philly. You send someone over to Philly.
Really?
That's another, hey, it's another big three experiment, but it's a big three experiment that I
Well,
think is like matured enough.
it's kind of like a big two.
No,
You
it
push
would be a big
DeRozan and
three.
Harden together. I said Harden. I have brain problems. Philly, Tyrese Maxey. Yes. Um,
No, it's a big three.
big 2.5.
No, if
Two and three quarters.
Kristaps makes a big three, Tyrese Maxey makes a big three.
I was talking more DeRozan.
DeRozan makes a big three. You're fucking crazy if you don't think DeRozan
Wow,
makes a
I
big
don't know
three.
how where he is in his arc of
Well, I mean,
primeness.
it's pretty obvious that he's been stuck in a pretty shitty situation.
That is true for a little while.
Um,
And
for a
I don't know.
minute.
He's been out of the spotlight. I haven't heard much from his
No,
world.
DeRozan is
Okay,
he. Nah,
then yeah, it'll be a big three if Maxey can just not Tyrese Halliburton himself.
it's
That'd
a
be nice,
it's a big
and he hasn't
three.
yet. So
It's a big three that's not three players that have two similar play styles or
that is true. They're all very different,
all very different. You have
very very
Maxi,
different.
you have Maxi bringing the ball down. Obviously,
Yep,
Joel doing what he does, and you have
yep.
DeRozan finding his shots.
Guy
Um,
getting mid-range shots, maybe a couple
yeah,
trays,
I
maybe a
like it.
few layups.
I like that.
I really don't hate that.
But I just think it'd be a more disciplined big three than some we've seen in the past few years.
Yeah, I mean Maxey's the youngest of them, obviously, but Joel is hopefully matured, and
Oh, Joel. I mean,
I mean,
shit. After what Joel did on a bad leg and still went out and balled,
yeah,
I'm, I, I'm confident it would work.
yeah,
Um,
but yeah, losing to the Knicks hurts the soul
like it's
more
pretty
so than it.
obvious. Like it wasn't Joel's fault. James Harden didn't stay.
That
You
is
know.
true.
I'm sure he would have loved. He'd love to still have someone like Joel to fucking just here you go. I'm just
Yeah,
lead the league in assists, just like that, real
yep.
easy. But uh, so this is a lot of players are going to be on the radar for this team, but it's obvious, and he's already hinted at it. He said, I believe he said, "Never say never, or never say no," or whatever. It's where he's from. He could be a Laker. He could be a Laker. Now we sat here. What do we? Did we? I don't know if we did. We mention Harden.
Mark Baker.
I don't think we mentioned Harden as a. We might have,
Maybe we mentioned
but
Harden for a second.
I think at this point in the LeBron era with the Lakers, let LeBron control the pace of the game. Let him bring the ball down. I feel like it'd be a lot better to have somebody like DeMar DeRozan
DeMar,
who can find his own shots. You can rely on him. It's not going to be a thing where it's some type of role player like D'Lo where one night he might be
yeah,
on but the thing is like for D'Lo, it's like if he's on, that means like you're getting a cool 15 to 20. It's like if
yes,
DeRozan is on, like DeRozan could take over and give you 30 and take
25 to
and
30.
take
Yeah,
take the load off of AD and
of
LeBron if he really
exactly.
wanted to.
Yeah,
Um
and Bronny. Bronny's going to be working
and
hard.
Bronny. Well, I saw that LeBron said that. So
Bronny.
what he basically no LeBron.
Oh,
LeBron basically said he's not going to any team that drafts Bronny. He said so what he said was he's
there
not
are
he's not he basically said
like
he's not
he's saying he's not going to the Pistons. If
he's
the
saying
Pistons.
he's going to stay with the Lakers if he doesn't like the team Bronny gets drafted to. He didn't say that, but he said that.
He's
He said like I'm not leaving. I'm not gonna just leave
such a
LA and join the team
weird
that they draft him
spot.
to. Which just now could he be
You know who should draft him?
who?
The team with the second pick in the NBA draft of 2024,
And that would be
the Washington Wizards.
probably not. But I mean, it just the fact that LeBron said that, and it could be a lie. He could be completely lying to Laker Nation all day. We don't know.
He could go to anywhere. Literally.
But it makes it a little more interesting that it's like, bro, what if we get like, are we gonna watch Bronny and LeBron like play each other next year? Like, what are we? I mean,
No, Bronny's not playing
what
anywhere.
kind of
Unless
Bronny's not going anywhere?
well, I mean he'll be on a team. Unless the GM has anything to do with it, Bron might not see that court too much. Who knows? I'm not talking shit. I just don't know.
I don't know. He could get drafted to a team that's so shitty they just don't care who gets burned.
It's true.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know what I did see that. Well, what you sent me was that like Bronny said he just wants to be in the NBA. Like that's his goal. He doesn't have to play with
Yeah.
Pops. But
Yeah.
there's probably something in the works right now.
I believe it though. I believe that. I mean, and I know that this isn't important, but I remember even like back in the day, like small things like there was this big like they made a big thing about like him when like one year like he picked number 0 because
Yeah.
he wanted Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was his favorite player. He wanted to wear his number. It's like
Yep.
he's there's a history of him being like like I get it, like my dad is LeBron, but I feel like and a lot of kids are probably like this when they're if they
Yeah.
have an NBA dad, an athlete, an actor, or a celebrity. It's like they
Sure.
might look at them different. Like he might genuinely look at LeBron as just like, oh yeah, that's just my dad. Like yeah, like I mean
Yeah.
he hoops, like it's cool. Like I mean if I could play with him, that'd be tough. Like I'd like to,
Yeah.
but like I definitely am just trying to
I'm
make
just
like
trying to be in
if
the league.
he was just Steve, I'd still want to be in the NBA. Like I'd still
Yeah.
want to be in the NBA. So
And he'd probably be a pretty cool teammate if it wasn't Pops. Anyone wants to get drafted by the Lakers.
yeah, and it's like you don't want to play with LeBron James. It's like
Yeah,
people
exactly.
who aren't
Like he's not just your dad. He's LeBron James,
it's like people
motherfucker.
who aren't LeBron James Jr. want to play with LeBron James. So it's
Yeah.
like yeah, you couldn't
It's a
even.
real shame the way the draft works. They should send all the good players to the good teams, you know.
Oh, the ultimate payback, dude! Like Golden State drafts Bronny.
Oh. Well, then no. Then Bron's going to play with
I won't
the
watch.
entire team is getting sent, and it'll be Steph, Bron, and Bronny.
I won't watch the NBA if Draymond and LeBron are on the same team.
No, brother, Draymond's gone, dude.
No,
If
I'm
you,
telling you right now, I'm not. No, Draymond is a free agent. I think so.
I mean, that would be awesome. Yeah, Draymond. Hopefully, if he doesn't get picked up by the Warriors, will retire and become the coach of the
Which Draymond is
Latin
such. Have you seen him talking about like Rudy
Sugar Bulls.
Gobert?
No, I mean, he
He's
probably
such
talks
a
shit.
loser. Like he's the last week he's been like any chance he's gotten to shit on Gobert, he's done it. Shitting on just how bad he is.
Draymond's got a lot of hate in his heart, you know.
And he's making these comments like he made a comment like he knows he'd do a better job at defending Jokic than Gobert, and it's like I'm not saying Gobert is sitting here, he can lock down Jokic. It's obviously not the fact, but right now, who's
Draymond is
guarding
not down.
who's guarding Jokic better?
It's Rudy Gobert.
It's not the undersized power forward that made small ball more popular.
Yeah, no.
Like it's not that.
No, it's definitely not. No,
it's not that
no.
at all.
Rudy would be a guy who could,
but yeah, no,
potentially
Draymond,
guard.
I mean,
But
TNT.
I mean, again, Jokic is borderline, or probably is unguardable at this point.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah, Draymond's not on that short list to be the guy to do so. So
no. All right, I do have one more team, and it is the potential of just. I feel like I always have one of these teams. It's just the names, the lineups you could really run with a team like this, and you might not want to hear it. I know I pretend like I don't want to hear it, but looking at it on paper, it is
Denver Nuggets.
The Knicks.
Ooh.
You could run something like Jalen Brunson, Double D, DeMar, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson. Then you have people like Precious coming off the bench. You could have Julius Randle. You could run with Bojan. You could run with Josh
Why are
Hart.
we leaving Josh Hart? I think Josh Hart's better than DiVincenzo.
Okay, whatever you want. I mean,
sure.
Whatever, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's just because he's white.
You want Double D coming off the bench, sure. But then then you got him coming off the bench. You can have Bojan. You can have. I mean, you still have Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby. Like you got options. You got options. And what they're doing right now, I mean, I think they'll beat the Pacers in Game 7.
I hope.
I think they will. And
I think they definitely will.
I mean, if they even put up a fight versus Boston, I mean, it's gotta attract tomorrow a little bit.
I mean, I think, or at least maybe this is kind of the end of like everyone talking about them wanting to go to the Knicks. Like fucking LeBron before the trade deadline was wearing a Knicks towel. And all that talk about him, Rich Paul is like, we're not going. And it's like, we might go. And all that bullshit, you
Well,
know.
the Knicks will always be
Uh,
a
of
projected
course.
landing spot, but
Of
I'm only
course.
going to entertain it if it's actually interesting.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking like now maybe teams, I mean players will actually want to go to play for the Knicks given their recent success.
I do think though that he's going to be 35. He might be in the time in his career where it's like,
So I was saying like it's kind of post prime, still got
no,
some juice, but
I'm saying in his decision making.
yes, you might want to go play in some warm weather,
It's like I don't
start
know where Russ is going to go because he
settle down.
decided Russ already, Russ went to play where he played, and a lot of it was because that's where he wanted to live.
Russ moved to LA back home,
Yeah, does he want to live in Florida and play
play for
for
both
Miami?
teams.
Does he want to move and play somewhere else?
It's not like he had that he switched, went to the Clippers.
You see, that's right. It's like
He
he was
he
a
can't
Laker.
in-state. I mean, he could maybe go play for the fucking Kings or something. He can in-state switch up
He
there,
could.
play for the Warriors or whatever. But
No,
he's
please.
leaving out of the city, and
I don't know. I just Demar could. There's. I don't know. People. I mean, there's still conversations about Demar staying in Chicago. So to be
yeah,
honest with you,
yeah,
I really don't know. I hope he doesn't. I've been saying all year, Demar, you need to go, walk away
yes,
from this franchise for good.
and
They are cursed.
get away from these two fuckers with no cartridge in their knees.
Mm-hmm. But DeMar DeRozan landing spots. Josh Allen's targets next year. Tua. The NFL schedule released. The NBA series that we do have left. 2 Game 7s. We got Mavs OKC playing the night of the day this episode comes out. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here, Devin?
Nah. The XFL sucks. That's for sure.
UFL.
Whatever that is, same thing.
You know they're in week 7.
I didn't actually. I don't know. I didn't. I had no idea. I probably could have counted how many weeks from the last time we gave a fuck and figured out what week it was, but no, I don't care. Like if, like we always say, oh, we're not gonna watch. Like if something happens, we're not gonna watch the NFL. We will watch the NFL, and the NFL knows that. Like when all that shit happened, and people were like, "We're boycotting the NFL." The NFL was like, "Yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. We're running these ads all day, brother."
Not boycotting the goddamn
You can't
thing.
boycott shit unless something bad happens or whatever. I mean, shit. Bud Light came back. You can't boycott these big things, you know. It's tough.
Bud Light did come back. You're right. Bud Light did come back. But all right. I don't. Is that so? Is that what do you say?
Those are my final words.
Those are your final word. Okay, your final word. But hey, Bud Light came back, so you can too. Hey, that's
You can beat that DUI. I know you can.
that's the moral of the story.
I know you can. You can beat that charge.
Well, we'll be back on Monday to talk. We'll have potentially the outcome of OKC and Dallas.
Potentially the outcome of.
We'll have the
Well, no,
Eastern.
we will have the outcome of the other two series.
Yeah, we're gonna know what we're looking at for the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. More NFL topics, more landing spots for other guys. But with all that being said, brand new episodes every Saturday and Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday. Hopefully you enjoyed. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.